let's just put into context property and angeling and just see where these things fit in whilst we're building a property portfolio. So the first thing is, let's just remind ourselves of the property pyramid itself. Most of you will have seen this in various property trainings, seminars, webinars, etc., etc. And people often talk about the property pyramid. There are some variations, but it's all very, very similar. So let's look at the property pyramid and just remind ourselves of how it works. There are lots of variations, as I say, but generally speaking, people start off buying buy-to-lets, or what we call baby buy-to-lets, in areas where baby buy-to-lets work. And these are, of course, single house rentals rented out to a single family under a single family assured short hold tenancy. The slang for that is AST, an assured short hold tenancy, and we can be letting people out, letting the house out to workers or indeed to a single family. And these buy-to-lets will gather together and form a small portfolio. And that's generally where people start. Why? Because they're small, they are low ticket, low purchase price, therefore low risk, and therefore low risk of loss should you make a mistake, and you will. Beyond that, they'll be moving towards what we call minimos or baby HMOs. And these are houses that are 3, 4 or 5 bedrooms split up and rented out as rooms, simply like the rooming houses in America. And we then move to larger HMOs, which could have anything from 5 or 6 bedrooms all the way up to 20, possibly even 100. The hundreds HMOs are big, big animals. We're then moving on to the world where we're converting, let's say, commercial properties into residential, or what we call commercial to residential mix, and we'd be converting whole commercial premises into residential or a mixture, a mishmash of the two. Whatever suits. We then could be working on developments. We could be working on what we call exciting, big developments, land deals, etc., etc., building a whole town, if you like. It's entirely up to you. We call these exciting, some people even call them sexy deals. Over and above that, of course, we have extra strategies, we have service accommodation, we have rent to rent, and many more different niche strategies that lots and lots of people adopt in the world where it fits. And generally speaking, when we're building a property portfolio, we start at the base, we create a solid base, and we move upwards to a point where we find our passion or interest, and we generally stay there. So we're moving up from here, the base of the pyramid, to where we find our passion or interest, or indeed where we've established a point where we've achieved our financial freedom, FF. And people have FF1, FF2, and so on and so forth. Financial freedom 1, financial freedom 2, and so on and so forth are driven by you. They're based on your financial requirements, not mine. I am not going to tell you what your future aspirations and goals are. That's for you to decide. Now, partners stands for Private Angel Roads to No Limits Equity Raising Secrets. And that is exactly what we are talking about today. So let's assume that we look at the base of the pyramid. So let's look at establishing a buy-to-let portfolio. And let's break down how it work and how you can see where angeling fits in. Generally speaking, we are establishing an area where we can buy that works well, where we can buy at a good price. Some people say we're buying below market value. I think we're buying distressed property, typically, or buying from distressed landlords. So we are buying something well, we're buying at a decent price, We're purchasing it, and generally speaking, that's what we call leverage. So we are buying a buy-to-let with a mortgage or perhaps bridging finance. And normally, the loan to value we achieve is, let's say, 75%. So we're buying a property, let's say, with £100,000. And we are getting a 75% mortgage, so that's a £75,000 loan. We are putting together a £25,000 cash deposit. So let me just run you through the general pattern of how we're buying. So we find a property worth, let's say, £100,000. We are putting together a £25,000 cash deposit, and we are purchasing it. The balance comes from a mortgage, a buy-to-let mortgage, or a 75% bridge finance. Why would you choose a mortgage and not a bridge, or a bridge and not a mortgage? A mortgage means the property is lettable, people can live there straight away. A bridge means the property is not ready to be lived in. We will then undergo refurbishment and turn probably the tiredest house in the street to the smartest house in the street. And of course, that will cost money. That will cost cash. And of course, the purchase cost, the cash deposit, and the refurbishment involves cost. Generally speaking, the cost of a buy-to-let will be something like in the southwest, in South Wales, northeast, northwest, I would say, based on current market conditions, that the average amount of pot of cash that you need to buy-to-let is around about £40,000, which is made up of the cash deposit, a refurbishment, and the cost of purchase. It could be your cash, angel cash, a mixture of both. It depends on your goals.